Welcome, this is Carrie Schell from On Point Quilter. In today's tutorial, we're going to start with a panel. And then we're going to use tile squares to create a border that would be easy to piece that works with this particular panel. I'm going to start this project by finding some fabrics to work with, and in particular I wanted to design this around a panel. So I'm on the Robert Kaufman site, and I am going to click on the box next to select collection, and I'm going to locate the collection called Picture This. And this has a lot of wonderful panels, but the one I decided I wanted to work with was this ocean panel. So I'm going to click on that, and as I scroll down, I'm getting information. I can see that the width of the fabric panel is 44 and that the repeat is 36 inches. So I will make note of that. So I am going to right click on the panel and do a save image as, and I'm going to go to my EQ8 images, and I'm going to set up a new folder, and I'm going to right click on my new folder, and I'm going to rename it, and I'm going to label this Kaufmann Picture This. And then I'm going to double click on the folder and make sure I'm in that particular folder. I can see it on my toolbar, and I'm going to select Save. Now on the Kaufman site, I'm going to see if I can find some other fabrics that I could work with. And they've got some from some of the other panels. Certain ones like this might be doable. So if I find anything that I like, I'm going to first of all take a look at that size at the bottom, but I'm going to right click on the image and do a Save Image As, and just select Save. And I will repeat for any other items on this site that I might want to work with. And once I've saved all the fabrics that I want, I'm ready to open EQ. Okay, I'm on the home screen, and I'm going to select New Project. I'm going to label this Picture This Ocean and select OK. I'm going to start by importing the photos, and I'm going to import them as photos rather than fabric because I want to do some resizing. So I'm going to go to the Libraries tab, and I'm going to select Photo Library. And I'm going to import from image files, and I'm going to navigate to my EQ8 images, Kaufman Picture This. I'm going to select the first one, and I can use the Control plus the A key or the Command plus the A key to select them all and select Open. And then I'm going to select all photos and add to Sketchbook. And I can close my photo library. Now I'm going to view my project sketchbook, and I'm going to go to the Photos section, and I am going to I'm not going to worry about the first one. I do need to remember the size, and then just going through the list, I'm going to select that one, edit it to Image Work Table. And if I recall, this one was actually 6 inches, so it's 4.5 in terms of the photo import. So I'm going to select Scale Fabric, scroll down, and under the measured fabric distance, I can change that to 6 inches. Select Apply Scale and Add as Fabric. Now I'm going to view my project sketchbook, and I'm going to do the same thing with all of the others. So once I've got them all resized and added to the project sketchbook, I can view my project sketchbook, go to the Fabrics tab, and all of these new fabrics are at the end. So now I'm going to close the project sketchbook, and I'm going to select the Quilt work table. And I'm going to start with a new quilt, horizontal, and I'm going to go to the Layout tab, And for this particular quilt, the center of this quilt, I want it to be that fabric panel. So in the layout, I'm going to select the number of blocks to 1 horizontal and 1 vertical, and I'm going to change the width to 44 and the height to 36, which is the size of my fabric panel. Now I'm going to go ahead and go to the Design tab, and I'm going to select the photo tool, and I'm going to select that Kaufman print, and I'm going to click on the block in layer 1. Within EQ, anything that you set from the photo tool will resize to the block size. So because we defined the block as 44 by 36, the fabric panel will go in at that same size. Now I would like to add some borders, and one of the things I like to do with water-related quilts is use a monkey wrench block. So I'm going to find one. So if I go to my block tools, I'm going to select Open Library, and that's going to bring me to the block library, and I'm going to do a search by note card and type in monkey wrench, and then I'm going to select search, and I'm going to select that first block, and I'm going to select add to sketchbook and close. So now I'm going to go to the border tab, and when I use the border, I'm going to want all of my blocks to be square. One of the easiest ways to do that is to select the border style called Tile Square. Now that is way too big, so let me scroll down, and under blocks in the border, I can increase that size. So I'm going to go ahead and keep increasing till I get something that is visually appealing. Now notice that there also is a mitered inner border, and EQ is adding that so that these tile squares can stay square. So I think I like the 8-inch. I am going to then add another border. So I'm going to scroll up, select add, and for this one I'm going to use a long horizontal, change the size to 2.5, and click on the slider bar to change all of those. Now when I go to the Design tab, I'm going to scroll to that last block that I just imported, which is the monkey wrench block, and I'm going to use the Control or Command key on my keyboard and click on the corners and the one of the blocks in that tile square border. Now I'm going to go ahead and use rotate, and I am going to rotate every other block, and I'm just going to go all the way around the quilt to do that. Okay, and once I've got that done, I'm going to go to the fabric tools, and I'm going to select some of these other fabrics, and I'm going to color the borders. And also I can use the swap color and color the blocks as well. And once I've got that done, I can add to the project sketchbook. Now next week I'm going to add some embellishment to this particular project. But I also came up with another variation on this, which has a little bit more piecing in the center, but not so much in the border. So let me show you that one as well. So I'm going to do a new quilt, horizontal, and for this one I'm going to go to the layout and make it 4 horizontal and 2 vertical. And I'm just going to keep the blocks at 9 inches. And for the first border, I'm going to keep that a long horizontal, but change it to 2 inches. Click on the slider bar. I'm going to add another one, and I'm going to make that a long horizontal that is 3 inches. And now I'm going to go to the Design tab, use my block tools, set block, use my monkey wrench block with the Control key, and I'm going to try using symmetry to come up with another option, and I like that. So one click rather than having to go through each of them. And then I'm going to go to the fabric tools, and I'm going to recolor this. And once I have that colored, I'm going to go ahead and add this to the project sketchbook as well. Thanks so much for watching. For additional tips and techniques, please subscribe to my weekly newsletter at www.onpointquilter.com.